So hello friends, welcome back, and in this video we are going to see the third problem of this contest. So it's just stone game 6, right? So it's a pretty amazing problem, which is like a pretty amazing intuition in this problem. So the problem is that Alice and Bob are playing a game in which Alice will start first, right? Now what is happening is that we have a stone of n piles. We have n stones in a pile, which means that we have n stones, right? We have n stones, n such stones. Now in one step a player can remove a stone from this pile, and the number of scores he received is based on the value which is allotted to both Alice and Bob, which means that a stone, ith stone, it can have values, one for Alice and one for Bob, which means that the value is not unique for both these people. Alice will have another value of ith stone and Bob will have another value of ith stone. Now what's the aim of this problem? The aim is that the winner is the person with the most points, first of all, and if both the players have the same amount of points, the game results in a draw, which means that both the players will play optimally. Now we need to answer that, okay, who will win? Alice will win. If Alice wins, then we need to return 1. If Bob wins, then we need to return -1. And if the game results in a draw, then we need to return 0. So as you can clearly see that in this game, it's a standard game that if I have these many number of stones in a array, and I know that suppose that I have stones, these stones are 2, right? First stone and second stone. First stone value for Alice is nothing but 1, right? First stone value for Bob is nothing but 2. You can clearly see that for Alice it's 1, for Bob it's 2. Second stone value for Alice is nothing but 3, and second stone value for Bob is nothing but 1. So first thing is that as we know that the Alice is moving first, so Alice will always try that he wins. Sorry, she wins. I don't know who is Alice, he or she, but yeah, Alice will always try that she wins, right? So but if not, so after that Alice will try that she will attempt for a draw. But if in worst case that if she cannot even win and cannot even draw, so she will try, okay, let's go for a lose. But you can clearly see that Alice will always try to win. Now to check, okay, how will Alice think? So see, whensoever I am about to attempt to pick a stone, so how I will check? Will I check that, okay, I need to offer a maximum value, or will I check that, okay, how much I can score that I win but also Bob is losing, which means that let's have this example: 2, 4 and 3, 1, 6 and 7. So at the first step you might be thinking, okay, let us change this example a bit and let us increase this as 8, right? Let's suppose. So now if I think like that, okay, if I'm Alice, right, and I would be picking the stone first, so if I would be thinking, okay, I would pick the maximum stone, so I would be picking up 4. But you can clearly see that if I pick up 4, so I am obtaining 4, but I am making sure that he loses 6, which means that I am picking 4, but indirectly I am also not allowing my Bob to pick up 6, which means that my score is nothing but 4 plus 6. Understanding why? Because I am picking 4, but also at the same moment I'm also stopping Bob from picking up 6, which means that indirectly my score is increasing by 4 plus 6. But let's think, if I would be picking up 3, then I would be picking up 3, but indirectly I would be stopping Bob from picking up 8, which means that my total score will be nothing but 11. So you can clearly see that it's more optimal to pick up 3 rather than 4. Understanding the fact why? It is because let us suppose if it had not been if it had been 1, and right, so if you had put let us erase this, and let us suppose that if you would have picked this 4 because you think that okay, it's more, so you would be thinking okay, I would pick 4, so Alice would have picked 4. Now it is gone, it is gone. So now it's a who will play? It will play Bob. So you can clearly see that Bob knows that oh, I have 8, so he will pick 8. Now it is gone and it is gone. Now you can see that okay, I have 2, so I will pick 2. So you can clearly see that Alice lose. But what if Alice would have chosen 3? Let me erase this. So if Alice would have chosen 3, then it would be 3. Let me erase this also. So if Alice would have chosen 3, so it would be 3, and the Bob, it's gone. Now the Bob has only 1 and 1, so it will choose 1. So anything, if it is gone, now it will choose 2. So you can clearly see that now Alice won. So you can clearly see that the stone you pick, it's on the basis of that okay, how much whole value I can generate, which means the maximum value I can generate, and the maximum value which I can generate is nothing but the sum of the stone of Alice and Bob. Because for Alice, if he choose this stone, so he will obtain this value of the stone, which is true, but indirectly he will also not allow Bob to pick the stone, which means that the value of this stone also adds into the accumulation of that stone of Alice, right? So the ability of Alice to pick a stone is also indirectly affected by the value of the Bob stone. So according to me, I will always try to pick a stone which will have maximum value of sum. But now you might say okay, Aryan, what if I have the sum as same, now what will be the case? Which means that, let me erase this. Now you are saying that okay, Aryan, always choose the element which will have maximum sum. So what if it is 3 and here it would have been 4, right? So you can clearly see that 4 plus 3, which is this element, it is 7, right? And the element 3 plus 4, which is nothing but 7. So now the sum is same. So Aryan, which element will you choose? So it's pretty sure that if the sum is same and it's maximum, so Alice will always try to choose the maximum element, which means that Alice will always try to choose which is more for it. Because see, firstly Alice wants that he should be winning, so he will always try to choose the maximum one. So if my whole sum, which means that my sum of AI and BI is same, first of all I will try to maximize this. So I will only choose the element which has the maximum, this one. But if it is same, then I will try to sort it on the basis of my A of I, and at last my B of I, which is of no use although. So yeah, now what you need to state is, we need to state that who will win, right? So what I will do, I will simply do nothing, but I will simply place these elements in my vector and I will sort my vector. Now as I said that I need although if you want, then you can use the vector function which help in sorting the elements according to your need. But it's very simple that whenever we are sorting it, so it sorts on the basis of first value, right? So what I will do, I will have my vector in which I will store firstly its sum, which means that sum of AI and BI, right? After that I will store its as BI, and after that I will store its B of I, which means that I will have a vector of vectors which will store this. Suppose for the first element it will store 2 plus 3 and the first score which is 2 and the next score which is 1. Sorry, it is 1. The 2 plus 1 and the first element and the next element. Now the next one will store 4 plus 3 and the first element which is 4, next element which is 3. Now next will store 3 plus 4 and 4 and 3. Now it will try to sort it, and as I said that what I want is, I want my maximum one to be the first one which I need to choose, right? So I will when I will sort it, so first of all let me write it as this. So let me write it as this. Now I will sort it in the descending order, which means that I always wanted my maximum value to be first, right? So I will try to choose, when I will sort it, So how it will become? It will be at the number 1, it will be at number 2, it will be at number 3, right? So I will always try to choose, Alice will always try to choose this one. Then the next chances of Bob, so Bob will try to choose the next one, and after that it will be chance of Alice, so Alice try to choose this one. So you can clearly see that when I will sort it, then after that I will choose, for Alice I will choose the alternate ones, which means that if it is after sorting, if it is index 0, index 1 and index 2 after sorting, then Alice will always try to choose the even indexes and Bob will choose the odd indexes. And the value to be added is, the value for Alice is this, which means this, and the value for Bob is nothing but this. So I will simply add those values. I simply add those values, and at last I will check, okay, if this sum, if it is more than the sum of Bob, so Alice wins. If it is equal, so it's a draw, so I will return 0. If Alice score is less, so Alice loses, and I will return -1. So let me quickly show you the code. As I said that I will have vector of vector to store all this, which is v, as I showed. Now I have the size of my, this array. Then I iterated on my scores of Bob and Alice. Then I simply, as I said, I will push back the score sum, then Alice score, and after that Bob score. I put Alice first because if it is equal, then it will be sorted on the basis of the Alice score. If that score is more, it would be above. If that score is less, it would be below. So I sorted, I placed it accordingly. The Bob score is only to know, okay, for every iteration, what is the Bob score? Like, it's of no use to us as such, but yeah, like it's on the base, it's to basically know that, okay, what's the Bob score at that particular index. Now, as I said that I will simply sort it as I did, but I will sort it in the non-decreasing order. Sorry, I will sort it in the non-increasing order, right? Which means this. Then I will simply have my Alice score and Bob score, which will actually store that, okay, now I have arranged my vectors optimally. Now what will be the score of Alice and Bob, right? So as I said that for even indexes, I will add my Alice score, and for odd indexes, I will add my Bob score. So as I said that my Alice score will be nothing but my value at the index 1, and the Bob score is nothing but the value in the index 2. So I will simply do it, and at last I will check, okay, if my Alice score and Bob score are equal, so I will return 0. If my Alice score is 1, Alice wins, I will return 1. If my Bob score is more, then I will return -1. So yeah, it's solved. It's a pretty good question. It had a great intuition, and the logic that how my score is affected is on the basis of both these people, and how we think of adding it. It's the main part of this problem, that okay, I will sort on the basis of the addition of these scores. If my addition is same, then I will sort on the basis of the Alice score. So yeah, it's all from my side. I hope that you guys got the proper logic and intuition, and if yes, then do the like button. It helps me a lot and motivates me a lot. See you in the next video. Until then, be happy coding. Bye.